The closer I get to the top, the more I think about rock bottom. The closer I get to the finish line, the more I think about where I started. I remember the past, and it anchors me to the present. I remember dark days and hungry nights. I remember being told I wasn't good enough and wondering if it was true. I remember having nothing, giving everything, and yet still falling short. Rock bottom transformed me. It fortified me. It made me who I am. It made me promise myself to never go back and to never forget. I remember every doubt. That's why I believe. I remember every failure. That's why I succeed. I remember every defeat. That's why I win. I remember rock bottom. That's why I know where I'm going. So let's go.
To the net, wrist shot, score!
We did not come this far to just break down and lose now. I'm a winner. I'm going to win.
Yep. Yeah. This was the first time I think in the whole series where there was a little bit of lack of discipline in LA's game with Kempe there on Bouchard, that shove into the boards. That, that's the only. Yeah. Kings moved the puck around pretty well in the power play too. They did a pretty good power play. I think if you overcommit, like against Edmonton on the penalty kill, they'll just pick you apart. They're too good at puck handlers. I really think it's a mistake to really all pursue them. They'll just burn you. That's when they end up feeding Draisaitl and Team you, and you get in trouble. CC, I've been kind of on his case, but he played a really good game tonight. Yeah, Darnell is a number 2 defenseman, but he's he's so athletic that he can log the heavy minutes, and it doesn't really phase him. But I don't think he's a true number 1. I think he's a number 2. I think, but having him and Eflin together, I think that I don't really worry so much about the left side. Jay Harding, I thought had a good game, so he's a rookie, so that's going to happen. Bobby there in the background, if you want to speak, just unmute your mic. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Jack Campbell. Okay. No, honestly, Angel, it's cool to get a different perspective, and you're pretty level-headed about it, so you can be here as long as you like. It's all good.
Freaking amazing because he can do it so fast. And every time they get the puck, him or Connor, I'm always like, oh fuck, man, what? It's scary.
Yeah, and really, this series isn't a true test of what they're all about because it's not very open at all out there. You got to fight for every inch you get.
No, and I think in this series, whoever wins is going to go pretty far. I don't know if they win the cup, but I mean, gosh, besides Dallas and Minnesota, I mean, is there any 2 series that are closer as far as competition level? Maybe not skill level, or maybe not team versus team, but I mean the competitive level of these 2. I mean, Jesus, we saw each other. I think this was the 17th game in the last year and a half. So, I mean, with that, we're pretty familiar, and there's not too much hiding your weaknesses and your strengths. So you're really going to have to hunker down and play some solid hockey to win these games.
Yeah, I think this might be the toughest series that the Oilers face, kind of on their path, is right now. How about for Winnipeg? How about for Winnipeg kind of scares me because he can almost win a series by himself, but um, yeah, Oilers can't look to the next series. They gotta finish business here. It's a long way from over.
At this point, and it's an uphill battle now for the teams because they don't have home ice advantage. And you know, going into the series, I told everybody that I knew, I said, "Oh, home ice doesn't matter in this series. These teams play so close every time. I mean, two in a series, year, and then last year, 7 games. I think you guys beat us last year in the series, 3-1 in the regular season, and then we take you guys to Game 7. So, I mean, in the series, it's a complete battle every time. And there's so much
Yeah,
the Gretzky trade, but I also call it the Stanley Cup trade when you guys traded that against Patrick Oswald to help us go in 2 cups.
yeah, that was a great trade there. That one. That might be worse than the Gretzky sale.
Yeah, a really good trade on our part. And so I think, as long as this is there, there's a lot of building. And I think, to be honest with you, it's a huge run. And, maybe, like you said, and I think the same way. There's not too many teams that are going to put this much into it. There's really not. I did think, though, at the end of the game, Connor and Draisaitl looked a little tired. They stay on the power play 2 minutes straight every time. I don't know who players that do that.
They'll go off with like 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah. So it's a pretty awesome series to watch. It's just too close to call, and you never know who's going to show up.
You know what the worst part of the series is going to be? Is that after Tuesday's game,
Yeah.
we're going to wait till Saturday before Game 6.
Yeah, I think Ken Hamster was talking about that. They can have a 3 game empty the tank or something like that.
So
I don't even watch I have the key channel where I can listen to my own announcers. So I can listen. But I don't announcers. So I can get their take on it. And that's what I do with those teams. They say you keep your enemy close and you how you guys think and all that stuff. And actually, was so biased on our end, and I get it, dude. I totally do. One of my mentors is Canada, Montreal in particular, and I know a lot of Canadian people because I work out in Palm Springs. But man, you guys are like the ultimate fanatics when it comes to hockey.
Hey, Mike,
yeah,
hey, can we have a moment of silence for the miracle on Manchester, which has been replaced by the comeback at crypto?
people that quit after the first period, I just like to tell them all to fuck off and go to your room.
I tweeted out, don't talk about the refs. But I also told my son, he was sitting next to me, so I got 4 boys, but only two are golfers, and my bottom two are. I told him, I said, don't you fucking think this series is over? I said they're gonna put Connor and Draisaitl together, and I said I promise you, if they get 2 power plays, they're gonna go 2 for 2. And I think they went 3 for 3 in that period. Just it Man, fuck, dude, you can't do much with, with those two on the power play. There's just nothing you can do.
I think we got a pair on the power play. I think one was at 5-on-5. But, Yeah. Dry got one at evens, and then another one on the power play, and Bouchard had one on the power play.
By far, up and away. McDavid's had his moments, but Draisaitl is playing like a man.
This series, though, is tailor made to Draisaitl's game. He's the ultimate trench warfare kind of player. There's no one out there and that really doesn't play the contest.
That's semi-Eric Lindros-ish when Lindros was young.
Yeah, it's kind of a power forward. I would say more Peter Forsberg kind of play, but yeah.
Which there was a little bit more fighting now, I think it took out the enforcers years ago, and I had season tickets as Kings fans in the 90s, and I literally met every player in the NHL when you stand outside the farm and meet and greet the players. And the fighters are the ones that gave me the most out of all the players. They gave me autographs, pictures, everything. They showed the most love for me, anyways, when I was standing out there. It was amazing. And I feel like they were always unsung players.
So I have a story about the form.
What is it?
Son and approached Jacques Lemaire, the coach, and asked him, "Is Matt Snafflin came out to his favorite player?" And Lemaire pointed to a man walking up the ramp and said, "That's Snafflin right there." My son walked over and said, "Can I get your autograph, Mr. Naslin?" And the gentleman walking up the ramp said, "You can have my autograph. I'm not Matt Snafflin. I'm Kerry Fincher."
It was a great game, and it felt like you guys were due. It really did. You guys have played really, really good. We played very counter-punchy, and so we've been doing our job. I think it was about time that you guys showed up and did your job, especially Hyman, Bouchard, those guys. I think the unsung hero of this game is probably Bouchard. Gets the penalty against, and makes that long pass. I mean, he was great. Bouchard was really good.
I thought Warren Fogle was force. Like that guy was playing possessed. If he had any hands at all, he would be just phenomenal hockey player. Like he really played a playoff style game today. He was just flying out there. I really liked watching him.
Yeah, the one that's killing me is Sean Dursey. I know he's young, but yeah, man, he's just too small. Too. To me, it was all on him. And Sean Dursey just hasn't produced for me, and I think we're going to have to dump him here pretty soon because we have Brett Clark coming through the pipeline. He's a right-handed shot, and I mean, he can take off. Handler's going to go away, I think, after the season, but Sean Dursey's good offensively, but defensively, he just gets pushed around down there in the zone. And I think if there's an upgrade to be made, it would be there. For me, anyways, on my team.
Yeah. Yamamoto could start to be a factor. His decision making with the puck is really questionable. Like that time, like he just. I was thinking to myself, him and Kane and Hyman, they gotta start making some plays, and thankfully two of the three did. But
Jonas to down Kane and bring up somebody from the second line. I think. But Kane, I didn't think Kane had been living up to expectations. I thought he might benefit from playing with Draisaitl because he's been playing like a monster, and with both of them on the same line. I mean, geez, they probably create havoc just with the physicality and the speed that they both can generate.
yeah,
And since Connor's being limited anyways by the no line, which is good when you want more firepower next to Draisaitl at this point.
drives a one man. I think right now, so I don't know if I really need to worry about him. You kind of want to get Connor going, but there's, I think it's probably going to change when it gets back to Rogers, but some of the passing that just wasn't crisp enough. It wasn't, so they were having a hard time almost getting out. A lot, like LA, give them credit, they were picking off a lot, but you just got to make everything a little bit crisper, a little bit harder, and a little bit more sure. So you get so you get
They're
out.
not in up the middle. They're on both sides. It's all boards. It seems like you'll get that rare, 2-on-1 or 3-on-2 break, but it is clogged up in the middle. Even I was telling my kid, I said, "God, I don't think there was maybe 20 clear cut passes that actually went stick to stick perfectly besides the power play, in the regular. They were just playing regular 5-on-5. Just really difficult in this game. It's real chippy. It's physical, and to be honest, we're undersized by a lot. You guys are big as fuck.
Yeah,
And they're just big in general. So to be able to generate anything through them, and you can tell. Like I was showing my son, Trevor Moore had a step on the guy, and this guy just literally reached down and just poked the puck away. And I said,
Yeah.
that's because Trevor Moore's like 5'10", and this dude's like 5'2".
yeah,
6'2",
yeah.
And this is throughout the whole series. It's really hard. And if you notice, the people that are falling around a lot just trying to keep up and trying to fucking hit these guys just to get that extra step. They're trying to lead or stretch a little too fast. You get caught out of position a lot of times. Because you guys are so lengthy and so long.
If you take down the low a lot of the picture, yeah, everybody's hovering 6 feet tall. Well, after that, everybody's big. Bukestad's fair size. Fogel's fair size. McDavid himself is fair size. Draisaitl. I mean, that forward group is big, and then on our back end, there's no really little guys either. Even Bouchard's a big guy. Ekholm's huge. Nurse is big. CC's big. Kulak's big. Like, yeah. Desharnain's a fucking oak tree.
Yeah, I wish Clayton Bison would play a little bit taller. He had a great game today where he's throwing the body around, but I wish he was just he'd play a little bit taller than he was taking like I watched Connor skate. Connor kind of straight up and chops his feet really fast and he moves quick, and then you see Quentin bending over trying to take these long strides like he's a fucking figure skater. And I'm like, dude, stand up, shut these steps and move your legs and fucking hit somebody. It's kind of hard when you're bent over like that. You're playing down the size.
I thought Kevin Fiala actually played pretty good game coming in there. It's gonna be tough sitting for a long time and then kind of getting thrown right into the fray.
Yeah, but he them two seem to come on and the game, but after that, it was just fine. And he's got a little bit of size. I think he's like 6'3" or so. And Fiala obviously is a short guy. But man, when that guy gets to puck, I have not seen a player in a Kings uniform that probably still handles better than him in a really, really long time. It's been years, and I don't think even the Kings Cup runs had it. I mean, you'd say maybe like Gabby when he came over from Minnesota, even maybe Jeff Carter. But the skill level that he has when he has the puck on his stick, man, it's amazing. He did some shit this year that I've really never seen before. But also, I don't watch the Oilers enough because I'm sure they did it for Trevor Zegras or somebody else like that.
Hey, gents.
Hey,
First off, I've been listening here for a while. I was shaving and brushing my teeth and all that ruckus. There's not too much you've said, Angel, that I can disagree with, and I appreciate your insight, especially coming from the other side. And I appreciate having an interaction with a fan that knows what he's talking about. So thanks for chiming in. I also want to acknowledge that I came in where you were talking about how the teams are different this year than what last year, and I 100% agree. In fact, it kind of irks me a bit when they keep comparing last year to this year. Like, both teams are so different. I guess both of the core are still kind of together, but a lot of the contributing important pieces are so different now that the styles are different. You can't, it's not a fair comparison anymore.
team can play with the Oilers. I don't think last year they weren't skilled enough to play with their top six. But I think this year with Augustin and Fiala and coming in, even if Draisaitl wasn't here last year, he definitely wouldn't be playing on the top six if he did. I think the top six of the Kings got dramatically better, and I think obviously Connor and Leon had fucking amazing seasons. You can't really say anything wrong about them. But I think the teams with you guys getting Skinner and I forgot his name. They call him Costin. I think Costin was the free agent. That's that.
Boston was with St. Louis.
Those three dramatically changes how the season looks, and I think not Bouchard, but you guys brought up a couple other players on defense earlier in the year. They kind of stuck around a little bit, but yeah, definitely the Kings got like 6 or 7 different players this year than they had last year, and now with Fiala back, I think it's going to be a way more competitive last 3 games because most likely will go 7 at this point, or at least I hope it does, because even if it doesn't, it's still fucking entertainment. I mean, shit, you're going to get series like this, it's entertaining as shit, win or lose. But the teams are incredibly different. And yeah, the Kings, I think, can play with the Oilers. I don't know if they can match goals for goals, but they can definitely play at a competitive level with them and make them work hard for everything.
I want to go back on something else you touched on. And first off, I think the one thing that can carry over from the last series is that guys like Kopitar and Danault, especially, they found what works to check our top 6, and so they're able to implement that, and they've gotten stronger at doing so. Now, what you touched on before, and I've been saying this to the people around me quite a bit, is the stuff going up the middle. One of the things that I was kind of putting the onus on Woodcroft for this game was we needed Jay to come up with some sort of process, some kind of system or what have you, some sort of plays to start opening up that middle, or so we can gain our speed up the middle, because the Kings are phenomenal at shutting down that middle. We have our only chance right now is we drive around the outside, and we only have maybe 3 guys that can effectively do that regularly. The Kings don't really need that. They can power to the net and jam away, and some nice little passing going too. For us to utilize our speed, I figured the only thing the players needed to change on the Oilers' end was to keep away from all that little shit to give the refs the opportunity to make calls. Other than that, I thought the onus was on Jay to come up with a system where it opens up lanes for our players. I don't think that happened today. I do kind of think that McKellen is out coaching Woodcroft a little bit, and that's what's going to go in the Kings' favor. But when you have guys like Connor and Leon, I mean, they're going to be game breakers and find a way eventually. But can't really rely on them. Like, that's not fair.
I agree 100% with what you said. I don't know for sure if he's out coaching. I can say that, when in doubt, you can throw Leon and Connor out there and make you look like a genius. I mean, if you really look at it, the Kings put up 3 points, 43 goals. You guys are close to 5. That's pretty even. Both teams started getting like super solid goaltending. I mean, we're both giving up almost 3.5. So we were both having that outscore our opponents. But I think in this game, or this series in particular, and down the stretch for the most part, after the deadline, we both started to play defense. And now it's to the point where, you can do defense, but you need a whole lot of offense at the same time. More so on the team, because again, Connor and Leon can give you what you need. But Kings are just, you can't, we don't have a Connor and a Leon. So it's one of those things where, it's a little bit of pressure, maybe a penalty goes our way. Something that is almost out of our control has to happen sometimes for us to catch that break to be able to go early. To be honest, it's going to be really hard to shut down either one. I think they got to do a better job on Draisaitl, because the players didn't know the need to throw his things out there, and it's point line to be able to generate goals when they're going against Draisaitl. I don't know if I can. I can't really say they're out coaching them. I do think there were some adjustments that the Kings made that were a little bit better in game two when they were able to come back. But it's also just a game of roller coaster, to be honest. I mean, there's some periods that you guys dominate. There were 6 periods, I would say, 6.5 periods of the first 2 games. You guys dominated. The third game, I thought we did a better job coming out, and it was more evenly matched. And now this game, I think, was pretty much evenly matched. I mean, 1-1.